One of the most important things that I hope people can understand when working towards our goals is that it is a marathon. It's not a sprint. Hi everyone, welcome back to another bite-sized podcast at Ming Care. My name is Minnie and I am here to answer some of your questions on my Instagram. Today's question is from one of my clients, Jamie, where she asked, how do we stay focused and committed when achieving our goals? I thought about it for quite some time, but I can't really find the absolute answer for this because first of all, we are all different. The way we stay focused and our definition of being committed is very different. And second of all, to be honest, this week I've been falling behind my own progress as well. However, there's this very big difference is that I don't see this as a failure anymore. It's been a week that I wasn't on my top-notch condition, but I still showed up for my weekly posts, like my videos and podcasts, and stayed consistent with it. That's the thing. Being consistent is very subjective. You may see me as being very consistent with the videos and posts that I'm producing. On the other hand, I may not see it as consistent with my energy level. So I want you to take this moment to think about this. What does consistent mean to you? Let me know the answer on my Instagram at mink.care, or you can just simply leave a comment down below. Now, this time around, I know my system, aka my routine, is working as I am still producing the work that I want. At the same time, I am also taking intentional rest so I could realign myself with the reason behind why I'm doing all this, which is what we are going to talk about, the why. The most important thing that I hope people can really understand when working towards our goal is that it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. So what does it really mean when I say you're on a marathon and not a sprint? It means that you need to find a pace that is sustainable for you to run the whole race. And also keep in mind that you will need to slow down sometimes. You will need to, pick up the momentum a little bit more. And sometimes you may need to even go back to the reason why you are starting this and go back and forth with this journey in order to move forward. This is why having a sustainable system is very, very important. In order to build a system, we need to learn about the why behind the goal that you set for yourself. In the book Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl, he quoted a German philosopher named Friedman Nietzsche. Quote, "He who has a why to live can bear with almost any how." This quote really stood out to me because it really shows that if you have the why and the reason why you are trying to achieve these goals, you are able to find out how you want to achieve them and be able to build that foundation so much stronger that you will start to be creative. You will start to find out resources that you have or build resources that you have in order to achieve those goals. Now, a little story of mine is before figuring out my why, I was constantly chasing after things that may not necessarily align with my values. I would say yes to all opportunities, feel tired about my commitments, and eventually get stuck in the whole autopilot mode. Let me give you an example. I was working in a school setting 5 years ago or 4 years ago, I'm not too sure about that anymore, just because an opportunity came by after I graduated from my degree in psychology. Money was good, working time was good, so I said yes even without processing it. I felt miserable. Not because I hated the job. I love working with children, I love working in a school setting, but it was more of a meh feeling. I don't know if that makes sense, but I think this is a feeling that we all have at some point of our life. At that point, I was trained to be good at what I do, but I did not feel amazing or passionate about the work that I am doing. I went on a gap year the next year to venture into the dance scene. This also happened out of chance because someone reached out to me for the opportunity. And that really challenged my why. I took the year off doing something that I wasn't sure if I can. It turned out well, but I wasn't sure where it was heading because I did not process it enough at the beginning. So I quickly cling on to my comfort zone again. I went back to work in school the next year. But as soon as I got into this state of the comfort of I'm just gonna stick with doing what I'm good at without thinking about the why, I went into the whole slump of hating my job, and I was in this whole situation of feeling lost, stuck, and definitely miserable was the word. And then when I quit my job 2 years ago, I realized I was burnout, completely burnout. And then I was in counseling master's degree as well. That is when I started my self-care journey. And the more I tune inwards to myself, the more I ask the reason why am I doing this and what do I ultimately want to achieve. This is when I found out my why. My why is to use my story to inspire others. My why is to use my strength to help others to get out of the stuck point and get out of this whole slump. And I'm not trying to say that you need to just sit down and figure out your why for the next whole month without taking any action. Taking action is also a form of figuring out whether or not this is your why. I am also on a learning journey of figuring out my true meaning behind all of this. And that is something that I will talk about this coming Sunday for my Self-Care Sunday video, so stay tuned for that. So right now, what I want you to really take time to do is figure out, why are you doing this? Just a simple question, anything that comes to your mind, journal it down or just answer it right now in your head. This may be a difficult question, and I am not here to put you in a difficult situation, but to give you this permission to start asking yourself the difficult question. And if you have any question about that, please feel free to go to my Instagram and ask me more questions. And I love all of the questions from you guys because it made me thinking, and I hope it make you too. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope this is a good one for you. Tell me what was your biggest takeaway from this podcast, and I'll see you this Sunday.